Welcome to the San Diego County Office of Education information session on obtaining a California credential for out-of-state and out-of-country trained individuals. There are three main types of California teaching credentials. Number one is the multiple subject teaching credential. Two is the single subject credential. And three is the education specialist teaching credential. The multiple subject teaching credential authorizes the holder to teach in a self-contained classroom, such as in a preschool, K-12 setting, or in classes organized primarily for adults. Most assignments are in an elementary classroom. The single subject teaching credential authorizes a holder to teach a specific subject named on the credential in a departmentalized setting, such as those that are found in the middle and high schools. The Education Specialist Teaching Credential authorizes the holder to teach in the area of specialization listed on their credential. The areas of specialization are as listed: mild moderate support needs, extensive support needs, deaf and hard of hearing, visual impairments, and early childhood special education. How to apply for a preliminary level credential based on out-of-state training. All application packets will need the following: a certificate of clearance issued by the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. This can be applied for online at www.ctc.ca.gov. The cost for this document is $52.50 with the credit card. You will submit an application fee of $50 money order or cashier's check payable to CTC. You will submit a completed 41-4 application form. This form can be found at the CTC website as well as our website at www.sdcoe.net. You will submit a copy of your completed live scan fingerprint form. You must submit official transcripts with your bachelor's degree or higher showing all your professional preparation program, including the student teaching or internship. You will submit evidence of meeting the basic skills requirement. This can be done by a photocopy of your CBEST scores or an approved out-of-state basic skills requirement, as well as any of the other options to meet basic skills. If the basic skills requirement has not been met, you will be given a 1-year grace period to meet the requirement. You will need to submit a photocopy of the front and back of your professional level out-of-state teaching credential. Applicants with 2 years or more teaching experience based on out-of-state are encouraged to apply based on Route 2, which is the experience route. In order for California to honor your out-of-state teaching experience, you must have it verified by an original letter on official letterhead from the school district where you were employed indicating that you taught full-time. It must be signed by one of 3 individuals, either the superintendent, assistant superintendent, or the director of personnel. This must be an original wet signature. We do accept Adobe and DocuSign electronic signatures as well. In addition, you will need to provide 2 years of satisfactory performance evaluations. Please note that observations are not acceptable. How to apply for a clear level credential for out-of-state trained individuals. Requirements for the clear credential for those that have less than 2 years teaching experience. For general education holders, such as the multiple subject and single subject, you will be required to complete an induction program. You will also be required to obtain an authorization to teach English learners. And if you have not met the subject matter competency, you will be held to that as well. For special education credential holders, you will need to complete an induction program or an education specialist level 2 program. you will need to obtain an authorization to teach English learners. Please note, if you have a generic out-of-state program for special education, you may also be held to completing a preliminary program in a specialty area. Requirements for the clear credential for those with 2 years experience or more. You will need to obtain an authorization to teach English learners. And if you have not met the subject matter competency, you will need to meet that as well. All clear application packets will need the following. You will need an application fee of $100, money order or cashier's check payable to the CTC. You will need to have completed a 41-4 application form. You will provide proof that you have met the English language learner authorization. And if induction was required, you will need to be recommended from that program sponsor or college. If you had the generic special ed out-of-state training, you will need the professional level requirement completion letter as well. And if you were held to subject matter competency, you have to turn in your CSET scores. For teachers trained out of country, what is required to get your California teaching credential? In order to receive a preliminary level credential based on out-of-country training, the out-of-country trained educator will need to submit the following for the initial application. A foreign transcript evaluation must be submitted from one of the approved agencies by the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. This foreign transcript evaluation must show completion of a bachelor's degree or higher from a college or university that is equivalent to a regionally accredited institution in the U.S. This foreign transcript evaluation must show the professional prep program, including student teaching or a practicum, taken at a college or university that is equivalent to a regionally accredited institution in the United States. The other thing that needs to be submitted is the teaching credential for out of country. The teaching license must verify issuance or eligibility for the comparable teaching credential earned in a country other than the United States. Out-of-country trained teachers will need the following to receive a clear credential. One is completion of a course in developing English language skills, including reading, or passage of the Reading Instruction Competence Assessment, also known as the RECA. A U.S. Constitution requirement can be met via course or exam in the provisions and principles of the U.S. Constitution. Subject matter competency must be met. This must be met via passage of all the CSET exams in the subject area. Completion of a commission-approved subject matter program at a university is also acceptable. Lastly, the induction program must be completed as well. For more information, you can visit our website at sdcoe.net, or you can visit the Commission on Teacher Credentialing website at www.ctc.ca.gov.